What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, your big partner, man. Cartoon One. Man, I'm back again, and it's story time. Man, I got a partner out here. He out here in Birmingham with me, man. But he really from Compton. He Pyru. And but now he been living out here. We just got hooked up. You know, we met each other through another mutual partner of ours. And anyway, we was talking, and man, the other day, man, I was talking to him about one of his homeboys that I was in prison with when I was in Corcoran, and I was telling him the story. And I thought about it. I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna tell this story on YouTube. I can't remember if I told the story before. I think I might have, I don't know, but then again, I don't think I did, but I'm gonna tell the story now, man. This is a story about, two blood dudes, two Pyrus out of Compton, when they first came to the yard in Corcoran. Anyway, this was if I'm not mistaken, this might have been 1989 or 1990. It was one of those years. And that little squeaking sound, don't pay no attention to it. That's my little dog. He back there chewing on some type of toy that crank, 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 make noise. But anyway, I was on the B yard, and if I can remember right, I think I was in 2 block. I think I was on the B yard in 2 block. And so one night, 2 dudes come to the unit. 2 bloods. They got out the lockup. They got out the hole, and they put them on the unit that night. I remember like yesterday, the night they came in. A lot of times when the gate open up down at the bottom of the sally port, you can get up and you come to your cell door and just glance sometimes, you know, just see what's going on. So anyway, it was 2. I see the 2 dudes. I'm like, okay, I wonder who this is. Of course, you know the way our mind work in jail. You looking at them, you wonder, hold up, man, because this ain't gonna cut it. Hey, stop it. Get up out of here. Leave that toy alone. Anyway, so I peeped at him. Me and a good. Anyway, me and a good homie was cellies at the time. Real good, a real good soldier of mine. You know what? That's it for that. Won't be no more. Anyway, me and a good homie, man, you know what I'm saying? He was part of my homeboy Crazy T from Trey 57. We were cellies at the time, man. It's my dog, man. Rest in peace to Crazy T from Trey 57, man. Rest in peace. The homie is no longer with us. But anyway, when the dudes came in, it was a dude in the unit named Paul. Paul was from Fort Trey Hoover. And for some reason, man, Paul did some of the most gang goofiest mess that you could possibly do. He did some mess that I hadn't seen done since YA. Yeah, since YA. And man, this dog here, man. Anyway, yeah, since YA. Paul proceeded when the 2 dudes came in. Paul proceeded to get on the door and disrespect them. Now, of course, the 2 dudes that came in, they was bloods. You know how he knew it, or he must have been on another yard with him, or in another prison with him, or something. But the one he was shooting at was a dude named Perv from Campanella Park, Pyru in Compton. And the other dude that was with him was a dude named Cadillac from Westside Pyru out of Compton. So I'm gonna say their name because I'm giving them their flowers in this video, you know. So anyway, he said some stupid stuff, man. What was disrespect stuff. So you know, now by this time I'm quite sure everybody up on the door looking and wondering like, man, what? So the two dudes that had came in They was just looking. You know what I'm saying? They was looking around. They was trying to figure out where it was coming from. When they finally figured it out, they was like, okay. Police came in, gave them their cell. They went to their cell. They were cellies. And I didn't think no further of it. At the time, in the block that we was living in, not counting Perv and Cadillac, not counting those two, it might have been maybe six Bloods in the block altogether. You know what I'm saying? It was back during that time, you know. So it might have been 6 Bloods in the block at that time. So a dude in the cell that was in the cell next to me was at that time was a dude named, if I'm not mistaken, or was it was either Big Zane. Yeah. It was either Big Zane from Pomona Islands, Piru 456, or it was Big Sugar Bear from Six Deuce Brim. Cause I know, matter of fact, I believe it was Zane, cause I remember Zane, I believe Zane hit on the wall. And rest in peace to Zane, from Pomona Islands. He gone too. Rest in peace to Zane. And but I remember I believe he hit a boom, boom, boom. He like, tune, man, what's up with you people, man? You know what I'm saying? What's all that he talking about out that door? I'm like, man, I don't know. Man, that's you know what I'm saying? He like, okay. So I'm figuring, you know, whatever it is, Paul gonna have to stand up for it. But anyway, so the next morning, when we came out the next day, same 2 dudes was in the middle of the floor. Now, first off, this is a story about 2 stomped down riders. This is a story about 2 stomped down riders, man. You know what I'm saying? They was, you know what I'm saying? Forget the fact they was Bloods or whatever. They had heart. You feel what I'm saying? They had heart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I used to always wonder. Back in the day, you know, in the juvenile hall in the late 70s, early all through most of the early and mid 80s, if the numbers between Crips and Bloods would have been the same, or if the numbers between Crips and Bloods were close to the same, you know what I'm saying? What would it have been like? What would YA have been like back then? What would prison probably have been like back then? But I'm really keying in on YA because YA is a youngster's, you know what I'm saying, territory where it's a lot of gang banging, you know, rat packing, fighting and all that going on. But I used to always wonder, even back then, if the numbers would have been the same, because back then it was 15 Crips for every 1 Blood. You know, they were vastly outnumbered all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And I just, like I say, I wonder because I know a lot of them, man. I knew a lot of Bloods, man, was riders. Man, I'm talking, they had heart, outnumbered or not. They stood their ground, they stayed 10 toes down, and it was like, whatever, man, you got to kill me. You're going to have to kill me for me to not say what I am, or me, you know what I'm saying, not claim what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? I am, blah, 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 or whatever, you know, what I'm just, for whatever set they was. And you know, I'm like, dang, if they had a whole bunch like them versus a whole bunch of, I wonder, boy, you know, but, you know, just like you say back on the show, something to make you say, you know what I'm saying? But now, anyway, they came back out on the floor. And Perv, he said, look, whichever one of y'all was saying that out the door last night, you can come on out. Here, you know, here's your opportunity to basically say it in my face. What's up? So now dude's kind of slow dragging around looking, wondering, what's all this? Everybody heard what Paul said. Paul punked the game, y'all. Paul didn't come out the cell. Paul didn't do none of that. Paul punked the game. But now, it wouldn't have made no difference because they weren't there 24 hours. They weren't there 24 hours. Man, listen. Those 2 dudes, if I'm not mistaken, were UBN. And at this time, UBN and Bloodline were at war. And Corcoran Beef Facility at this time was a predominantly, mostly, basically almost 100% Bloodline yard as far as the Bloods went. It was a Bloodline yard. And like I say, when Perv and Cadillac hit the yard, they might have been the only two UBNs on the yard. Didn't make them no difference. They didn't care nothing about none of that. So Paul punked the game. He didn't come out. Dudes said what they said. They were ready. So anyway, yard opened up that morning. Was it yard or was it work call? You know what I'm saying? Work call, we get ready to go. Because at the time, I worked in the laundry. And we would come out and we would post up like down here by the gate to go back to industry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but that morning, the very next morning, me and about 4 more Crips were sitting on Iron Pile just talking before the gate opened up to go back there to where we worked at. So, we sitting there talking, and one of my little partners come up to me, dude, which everybody, most people know, dude named Baby Knot from Villain. My Ace Boon Coon, my dog, my brother, Crazy Ray's little brother. You know, a lot of people y'all know Crazy Ray was from our set, but his brother was from Baby Knot from Villain. So anyway, but now I've been knowing Baby Knot since he was about like 5 years old. You know, I've been knowing this little cat. Another rider too, y'all. Oh boy, yeah. Anyway, so Baby Knot come to me, you know what I'm saying? He was like, Big Tune, man, let me holler at you. I'm like, what's up, homie? He say, look, man, you might wanna have your people move. I'm like, move? I'm like, what's up? He like, man, there's finna be some drama on the yard, you know, they finna start shooting. So you might not want to be right here in this area, cause you know, bullets ain't got no names. I'm like, okay, bet. I got you, homie. I say, I'll let him know. So, Baby Knot walk off. We going back over to his homeboys. So I tell my people, I'm like, come on, cuz, we finna move. He like, well, cuz, what's up? I'm like, man, them Damus, they finna pull a stunt. They finna do something. And we might want to move out this way. They were like, that's what's up, cuz, that's what's up. So we get up, we go on the hard blacktop area over there by the wall. So a few minutes later, Perv and Cadillac, they come on out. They come on out. They proceeded to the middle of the field and got directly in the middle of the field and basically got back to back. They got in the middle of the field and got back to back. And they had their hands crossed like this here. And they were just standing there. Okay. I'm like wondering now, what is this? So, you know, me and the homie be like, dang, cuz, man, what they finna, you know what? You know, so we watching. We watching now. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Watch it. So now here come a gang of other Bloods, but they all coming from different directions. It's like 5 or 6 of them. They coming from different directions. So I'm telling homie, cuz, y'all look. It's finna go down, homie. This finna be a hit. This finna go down. So they're like, sure is. And Baby Knot was one of them. He was one of them. Man, listen. As the Bloods converged on the two on the two Bloods. When I'm saying, you know, Pyru's Bloods, you know, at that time it wasn't no difference. But anyway, because some of the dudes that's coming at them, 1 or 2 of them were Pyru's. But anyway, like I say, you got UBNs in the middle, surrounded by bloodlines. So anyway, they in the middle, these two, and boom, they coming at them. So as the Bloods that were coming up on them start coming, boom. Perv and Cadillac come up out their sleeves. That's why they had their hands crossed. They come up out the sleeve of their coat. Both of them had things. Okay, so the Bloods that's coming at them, they come up. Boom, 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 boom. And it went down. It went down in the middle of the field. Bang, bang, boop, bop, bang, boop, bop, bang. It went down. I'm looking at this, I say, whoa, whoa. Man, if this ain't some gangster SHIT right here, I don't know what is. Man, they was getting down old school style. Now, when you talk about getting down for your grits and gravy, them 2 cats in the middle, they got down for their grits and gravy. They was outnumbered, but it didn't make them no difference. So probably behind, you know, if I would have been behind the scenes on they get down, I probably would have known. They probably was given an ultimatum, get off the yard. or else. Or they already knew what was coming at them anyway. But if I was to guess, I would guess they was probably given an ultimatum to roll it up. Wasn't no rolling up with them two. It wasn't no rolling up with them two. You gonna have to do something. They was cut from a different cloth. But man, when it went down in that yard, of course they got stuck up, but they did some sticking too. Yeah, they shared sticking too. You know what I'm saying? What they wasn't going nowhere for free. They was not leaving that yard for free. They got down for everything they was worth. I said, woo, whoa. Of course, you heard the first, get down, get down, get down. At this time, Corcoran is a no warning shot prison. You're not finna get the block gun first, and then turn around after the block gun, turn around and get your warning shot. Corcoran at this time was one of them prisons that when you come in, you see them big red letters on the wall. No warning shots. Now in prisons back then, in the 80s, you come in and you see that no warning shot, they let you know. No soon as you act a fool, we finna put a hot one in your ASS. You feel what I'm saying? And at the time, they was hitting you with them long shells. They was hitting you with them what was that, a 380? What was that? They was hitting you with boy, they was hitting us with that rifle. 380 was it 380? It was something, but it had them long shells, them tumblers. I'm talking about hit you right here and your whole arm just fall off. I've seen that. I've seen a dude in Pelican Bay get shot, get hit right here, and I looked the whole arm like to just hit the dirt. I believe the coat was holding it on. Yeah. I seen a dude get shot in Pelican Bay during the get down, during the ride, get hit in the booty. No, it wasn't a ride, it was a fight. It was two dudes trying to stab each other. Some dudes trying to stab each other. But he got hit in the butt cheek and his whole booty fell off. Y'all think I'm making this up. You can't. When I say his whole booty, I'm just talking about a big chunk of it was in his pants. The whole prison knew about it. They was hitting you with them tumblers, man. You got a lot of these other prisons around the United States where they in there fighting and wrestling and doing backflips and somersaults and, you know what I'm saying, kicking cans and holding hands. No, Cali prison ain't like that. They finna bust your behind. There is, man, listen, all these other prisons around the United States, they horse playing, they grab booty in, they wrestling, tee-hee, tickling and wiggling and tickling. You know what I'm saying? No. Cali prison wasn't none of that, not in the 80s. In the 90s, wasn't none of that, homie. Man, listen. Wasn't no horse playing. Act like it if you want to. Man, they was going to put some hot lead in your behind. That's how come it wasn't a lot of fist fights. Back then, the way they fight in prison now, catch the fade, let me get the one. Wasn't nobody doing that back then. Because wasn't nobody finna get shot and potentially killed by the police for no fist fight. No. If it got to the point to where I was mad enough to put my hands on you, I'm mad enough to stab you. And that's what it was going to be. Off the rip. Wasn't no play like they do now. So anyway, man, these two brothers, man, they went at it. They did their thing. They stood up. And it was like, I had to take your hat off to them. But now you seen that type get down. You seen that type get down. And that's what it was. It was a type get down, you know. Yeah, man. You see these dudes running around the California system now. Man, listen. If you didn't have, I'm not going to say a B number because B numbers go too far back. We know the B numbers was killers. You know what I'm saying? But now, I'm going to say, if you didn't have a C number or early D number like D1, 2, or 3, that's it. D1, 2, or 3 or a C number. You know what I'm saying? Now, those who've been in Cali prison, they know what I'm talking about. When your C fight, you got a number. You're going to get a C, whatever. Then when the C's played out, they went to the D's. You get a D, then you get A, B, C, D, E, F, so on and so forth. As the numbers went down, I think they skipped 2 of them or something like that before the feds. I don't know. But anyway, Them brothers, man, who had them C numbers and them early 1, 2, or 3 D numbers, man, them was the riders. Them was the riders, man. Them was the ones who put the calls on their back and ran with it. You feel what I'm saying? Who put the calls on their back and ran with it, man. Man, in this day and age now, that watered down poop butt mess, 50-50 yards, S&Y yards, dropout yards and all that. Wasn't none of that back then. No, wasn't none of that back then. All this we love the world, we gon' save you type get down they got going on in California prison. No. No. You wasn't nowhere to hide, homie. You know what I'm saying? You catch the hole. You can go run the lockup PC up, roll it up. But you was gonna be sitting in lockup. You wasn't finna come out and be put no lush playful yard unless you figured out a way to sneak into CMC East back then or Vacaville. Now you can sneak up into CMC East or you can go hide in Vacaville. But other than that, no. You're gonna get your head brought to you in them other spots. But anyway, man, that's a story, man, about Purr from Campanella Park and Cadillac from West Side Piru, man. I just had to tell that story, man. Anyway, man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon One. I'm out, man. Peace.